Hey folks, it's Tom, your Frugal Prepper. So I'm going to show you what I have going on in the garden. I use the mitt lighter gardening method. So I know a lot of people are like, oh, you should put mulch down and you should do this. There's certain things that we just don't do in the mitt lighter method. One of them is mulch. These are raspberries. They're happy. I harvested a few off of there today and ate them. They're getting ripe. It's a nice pink, sweet, tart raspberry. It's really good. And strawberries, they're pretty much done out here. I've harvested all the strawberries off of those. But over here is the beans. These are Blue Lake pole beans. Let me turn off this fan over here. I've been nylon strapping the chicken wire fence to the regular fence. That's just to keep the smaller rodents and squirrels and stuff out. But yeah, they're starting to climb. So they're happy green beans. I've got peas over here. Some of them have just germinated. Right down here, they're replants. A few of them have been up for a while, so they're starting to grow and get big. I got my cucumbers right here. These are National Pickling cucumbers. So what we do is we let these grow up these two sets of strings. Now, the mitt lighter method will tell you that you're supposed to prune to a single stem, prune off all the suckers. I find with small variety cucumbers, like a pickling cucumber, your best is let the suckers grow out. So I actually put an extra string in between every plant, and we'll just let them go wild, and that's how they produce the most cucumbers. I'll prune the leaves back once in a while for some airflow, but I will basically just let them grow. These are eggplant. Still pretty young, but looking happier than when I transplanted them yesterday. These are summer squash right here. So they're been in the ground about a week now. This is baby corn bonus back here, full of some grass and some weeds, but it'll be out here in a few more weeks, so I'm not too worried about the weeds. I'm just gonna let it grow. And then you harvest it, it makes the little Asian baby corns. That's what we're growing. These are potatoes here. They're starting to die back a little bit, which means it'll be time to harvest them here pretty soon. They're starting to lay over. So these are some pretty happy potato plants. Just keep watering them at this point, and weekly feed once a week and let them grow. And then here in a month or so, these will be coming out, and it'll be time to plant something else here. These are the celebrity tomatoes. There's no tomatoes set yet, I don't believe, but they are flowering like crazy, so it won't be too long. Celebrities are just a really good, they're a semi-determinate tomato, which means they grow like a bush, so you don't prune suckers, you just tie them back to the stakes. But they'll continue to set fruit all through the year. Unlike most bush tomatoes, which grow one set of fruit. So these will get about 3 or 4 feet tall. They'll get up to about right here. And they'll just grow. In my experience, they're really prolific. Different peppers here. You can see there are some little peppers growing on all these plants here. I think this is a bell pepper. These are all baby bell peppers. So those are happy plants. It's finally getting warm enough for them. These are onions that are still really young, but they are growing. Radishes, and this was some lettuce and weeds. So I'm just gonna see if I can get another harvesting off this lettuce. I harvested a nice big bag of lettuce today, and then we'll probably about the time these radishes come out here in another week or so, it'll be time to pull out lettuce to plant something else there. Yeah, so I do have bird bath. I got that set up today. Got my bird feeder set up today. One of the things about bird feeders is the bird seed that you put in them. You need to make sure that you take it and put it in the oven for a couple hundred degrees for a half hour or so and heat it up. Make sure the seed's dead, because the first time I did this, the seed was still alive and I had all kinds of weird plants growing around my bird feeder. But I do like birds in the garden. Birds eat the bugs and the worms and the stuff, and so they'll be out there eating some food out of that bird feeder, or over here taking a bath, and they'll be like, oh, look at that bug, and they'll fly over and eat the bug. I know, like, some places like Texas and different places, you have problems where birds eat tomatoes, like mockingbirds like tomatoes. In Ohio, we just don't seem to have any birds that really like tomatoes, so I don't really worry about that. If they get really thirsty, then they will eat a tomato, but they'd rather have water from the bird bath. So I find birds are a good animal to attract to the garden, and I get all kinds of like yellow birds and red birds and bluebirds and all kinds of birds out here just enjoying the garden. And then over here is all my spaghetti squash. So, you know, spaghetti squash is a good semi-low carb vegetable that you can make like a fake pasta out of. So you can have some spaghetti squash with some pasta sauce and some meatballs, and it's relatively low carb. Then turn the water off on these. But I like to grow lots of spaghetti squash because, and these will grow clear out here. They'll be huge plants. But you can keep the spaghetti squash over winter too. They're winter squash, so you can have them until next year. This is a summer squash plant here that the seed leaves broke off on, and I kept giving it a chance, and she's finally coming back. She's gonna grow. So I'll let that one stay, even though it's stunted, because one of my other squash could die or get vine borer or something like that. I have a spare plant to put in. But yeah, it's coming along. So let me show you what I got going on around the front. Got that thing. I gotta get a rear wheel speed sensor in it tonight, or maybe tomorrow. I'm off tomorrow. It might happen tomorrow. I don't know. It's so hot during the day. I'd probably rather do it here this evening. But these are ferns and other little plants that just grow there. I don't even know what they are. And these are some kind of other little plants that grow here. I don't know what they are. But these are some type of an iris here that will bloom late summer. My lighthouse that I fixed the solar on. And got my daisies, got my daylilies, I got my tiger lilies. I got some kind of plant here. I think maybe it's a gladiola or something. It grows a big flower late summer. But this just gives you an idea here. I want to give you an idea what you can do even if you have limited space. You know, you don't have the room for a garden. This is a cucumber plant. This is a Eureka Pickles, and they had $15.99 on it, but it was discounted at like $5. But yeah, it's already got cucumbers growing on it here, and that will just grow and kind of come down and keep growing pickles. So you can kind of do that as a hanging planter. It grows pretty little flowers that come out in the morning, and you can make food. This is a strawberry plant, and you can see all of the strawberries that are hanging off of this guy everywhere. This is going to have massive amounts of strawberries. This is like oregano and something else and basil and catnip growing here. And these are a husky cherry tomato. The husky cherries actually get bigger than a typical cherry tomato, so you can slice those guys up. You can see it's full of tomatoes down there. this guy won't get taller than this cage, most likely. I mean, maybe a little bit taller, but they stay 2 to 3 feet in length. And they grow lots of tomatoes. I mean, you can see, it's just loaded with tomatoes. And what I do is stack this plant under that hanging plant, so when I water the hanging plant, when it drains into the tomato. And I just throw a little Mid-Liter weekly feed on it once in a while, and I'm set. It's just that simple to take a small space that you have where you get some sunlight and grow some food. And you can grow some spices and some food and some strawberries and some cucumbers. You can grow all kinds of stuff in a small container garden. Oh, hi Luna. Hi Luna Blanca. How you doing, Luna? Hi. You get to go to the vet on Tuesday. See why you're getting so skinny. Get your shots. Yes. Oh, you're such a good kitty. Yes, you're such a good kid. You're such a good kid. You come to see me. You came to see me. You're shedding. You're shedding like crazy. You're a shedding kid. Oh, you came for the catnip. Okay. Yeah. So, when you grow catnip, every once in a while you'll open your front door and you'll find a bunch of high strung out cats laying all over your front porch. So just a warning. Oh, you go ahead and enjoy the catnip. But that's what I'm growing so far this year. But, all right. I'll talk to y'all later. This is Tom from Frugal Prepper.